in the vineyard here. The sequence is called Get Quiet. It's some supine stretches, followed by some neck releases, some breath work, and a short guided relaxation. I recommend that you have a strap for this sequence, as well as a yoga block or something to sit up on, to sit more comfortably. So we'll start laying on our back and just stretch out long, have your strap close by, ready to use. So laying on your back, take a breath and just soften and settle. And join your legs close. Begin to activate your legs. Flex your feet, spread your toes. Press your legs firmly into the ground, inner edges more, and tone your belly in. So then lift your right leg slowly up towards you and interlace your fingers behind the thigh. Push the thigh into your hands. So this is away from your belly. So you're not trying to pull the knee weight in, but rather push forward firmly. So the thigh will be more or less straight up and down. And you can stay there with the knee bent or start to stretch your leg towards straight. And don't worry about straightening it all the way. It's more about keeping that thigh level, your hips level, your core strong. Breathing in, breathing out. Maybe you can stretch a little straighter as you hold it for a little bit longer. You'll keep this bottom leg steady. So bend your right knee again, just take hold of the knee and take the knee up and over to the right. Keep that left thigh grounding. Maybe your right elbow's on the floor to support that. Keep your abdomen strong. Breathe smoothly and evenly as you lengthen through your spine. And bring that knee back up and carefully lower it back down to the ground. Press into both legs firmly. Again, tone the abdomen, bend your left leg up slowly and interlace your fingers behind that thigh. Breathing in, breathing out. Push into your hands. Keep that leg on the floor active and start to stretch that left leg towards straight. Not so much that you have to really round your back or this bottom leg pops up. Again, try to keep your right thigh really heavy, your left hip firm, and toning your center as you breathe in and breathe out, maybe stretching a little straighter if that becomes available to you. Okay, so bend the knee again and hold on to the left knee, take it out to the side, maybe that elbow comes onto the floor, and stretching the knee open to the side here. Again, right leg stays active, tone your abdomen, almost like you're turning a little bit back to the right, and just supporting that even twist there. Stretch there. All right, so bring your leg back up and you can carefully lower it back down to the floor. Again, press into those legs, tone your center, and again, bend your right leg up. So this time we're going to add a twist. Left hand holds the right knee. You can take your right arm out to a T shape by your side. So just gently roll over, start to roll into the outer edge of your left hip and leg. You don't have to go super far here, maybe scoot your hips back a little bit to the right. And instead of trying to lower the leg to the floor, actually try to push your leg up into your hand. So you're not dropping it down, but keep lifting it up into that hand that's there. Turn your belly to the right. You are reaching out through that right knee. So breathe in and breathe out here. And with your inhale, bring it back up slowly once again. You have to straighten out the hips there and lower that leg down. And then second side, bring those legs with your left leg up. And you hold the leg with your right hand. That left arm comes out to the side. And keep those legs steady, your abdomen strong, and roll it across to the right. So maybe scoot your hips a little bit to the left. So you take the leg to the right. And keeping that hand on the outer leg, push up for firmness and support. Tone your belly as you turn a little more to the left. Reaching through that left knee. Breathing in, breathing out. Okay, and with the inhale, bring it back up where you started and lower the foot, straighten out the hips. And you take the legs up and then just this time you can pull your knees in closer. You rock a little bit side to side with those knees wide. Smooth, even breaths. And so then both feet back on the floor. And again, walk those legs out long. We'll take a breath or two here, just resting for a moment. So notice though, even though we're laying on our backs, we're not being passive here. We're not just relaxing on the floor and moving our legs around. We're actually using the floor to work a little bit more, even though it's requiring some effort. In the end, it will give you a deeper release. So we'll do the same sequence more or less, but we'll use a strap to stretch the leg more fully. So bring your legs close, firm them, press them down, especially the inner edges. You can tone your abdomen back. And bend your right leg up. So use your strap. Loud buckle there. Take your right leg up. And since you have the strap, you can straighten the leg all the way. And if you're tighter, that might mean the leg is further out to the front. If you can keep a straight knee, you can start to lift the leg up higher and maybe further overhead, of course. And then here, keeping that left leg pressing down, toning your abdomen in. Make the right leg active. You're still pushing up through that leg, and almost like you're trying to press the heel back to the floor, even as you stretch that leg up. So it's not a passive stretch, but rather still working those legs actively. Try to keep your hips level. Your spine neutral, so we're trying to stabilize around the center and just stretch the leg independently of that. Okay, now hold the strap in your right hand. You'll turn that hip and leg out in the socket, so the knee and the toes point out to the right, and start to open that leg out to the side. Now, again, if you're tighter in the leg and you were kind of up this way, instead of just laying your leg way down towards the front and not that way, I recommend taking it up, bend your knee, and then take that bent knee out to the side, just like we did in that first stretch. But then with the strap, you can stretch the leg a little further, perhaps. Maybe not all the way straight. Or maybe it is all the way straight, but you're keeping that left leg steady, toning your center. You can hold the strap with just your right hand or both hands. A little extra support, even so that right elbow can be on the floor. Breathing in, breathing out. This time when we come up, we'll add the twist already. So bring the leg up and you might scoot your hips a little bit to the right first, and then take that slowly across. You're going to roll onto the outer edge of your left hip and leg, keeping that right foot either at a hover. You could even put a block under your foot or leg if that feels better to you. If this starts to feel like too much pulling in the back, just go back to the first twist where you bend the knee, right, and have the hand on the knee there. So meanwhile, firm your abdomen. The twist is to the right, belly and chest to the right. Keeping the left leg firm, that right hip tacking down, push out through your right foot. Breathe in and breathe out, opening up more. And then inhale, bring it back up slowly once again. Straighten out your hips and carefully lower that leg to the floor. Take a breath and rest. Just feel what's opening up. As you stretch open in this way, that releasing energy just helps you to get more settled, more quiet. So again, join the legs close, press them in towards the ground, turn your abdomen, and bend your left leg up. Again, put the strap this time on the ball of your foot, and stretch that leg up. Again, just whatever angle it needs to be. Do try and get a straight leg. Sometimes the knee is like kind of bent here, kind of loose. So tighten the kneecap up. And if that needs to be up here, that's fine. Or you start to stretch the leg up from there. Again, that right leg grounding down. That left hip firm, however you have it. You hold the strap higher up. Just makes it easier to hold the strap. Smooth, even breaths all the way through. And so then as we go to take the leg out to the left, you can rotate the hip, the leg out, your knee or toes point to the left, and you go at a diagonal angle up and over to the left. Some of you, again, a bent knee is going to be more skillful, keeping that leg slanted upwards. You're still making the leg strong. You're trying to push out with that foot still to go towards straight, but keep it as bent as you need to. And maybe that left elbow's on the floor to support you, right leg grounding. Toning your abdomen, smooth, even breaths. And then with your inhale, bring it back up to center, adding a twist. So scoot your hips a little bit to the left, hold the strap in your right hand, and rolling across to the outer edge of your right hip and foot, the whole leg really. And again, option to bend that top leg, just hold the knee like we did before. Meanwhile, keep your right leg steady. Pull your abdomen on the left, and turn your belly and chest to the left as you open. So grounding the left hip and reaching out for that left foot as you breathe in and breathe out. And inhale back up to center. Straighten out here and lower that leg to the ground. Take a couple breaths here, just resting. Breathing in, breathing out. Feel again what's opened up for you there. Rebend your knees and take your legs up. Give yourself a little hug once again. Rock it out a little bit side to side. So then from there, put both feet on the floor. Cross your right ankle over your knee. Push the ankle into the knee. Work the edge of that foot. Try pressing into the backs of the arms, and as you tone your center, hover the left leg up. This will require that you use your abdominals to lift, and it just makes everything work in a nice, balanced, strong way in the hips and the core. So either options, you can either then hold on behind your left leg and gently pull in tighter, either behind the thigh or all the way to the shin, or you can even put that left foot back to the floor if that feels better to you. Use the right hand to gently push the knee more open. Either way is fine. Either way, try to keep your spine nice and long. So working with a gentle tone of your core to help balance and direct the opening of the hips. You can stay pushing forward into the hands, keeping the hips heavy, or you can pull in a little tighter, stretch out a little more fully. The hips will roll up a little bit here, and that's fine. Just keep the edge of that foot strong, that right foot. Another breath here, in and out. And then lower that leg back down, cross the legs, second side. It's called eye needle pose. Cross your left ankle over. Be sharp on the edge of the foot. Press your arms into the floor, tone your abdomen, and hover that right foot up off the floor for a moment there. And you can, from there, make your choice, either that foot down and gently push on the knee, or you can hold behind that right thigh or to the shin. Keep lengthening your spine, toning your belly and your hips. An option to draw in a little closer. You can use that elbow to nudge the knee. Maybe the hips roll up a little higher. Keep your face soft, jaw relaxed. Smooth breaths in and out. And again, lower that foot back to the ground. And release that foot as well. And then take both legs up once again. Start with one hand on top of each knee, pressing down into the backs of your hips. And then take the knees out wide, not towards your shoulders. So it's the same thing you did one at a time earlier. Now holding both knees. Push into your hands, ground your hips. As you lengthen your spine, pull the knees in a little closer as you rest to stretch a little bit more. Maybe you stay there, or maybe you reach down to hold the edges of your feet, and you can turn the feet more up to the ceiling and push your feet up, but roll the hips back down instead of just rocking up without any engagement. Try, and it may not come all the way down, but try to get your hips back down to the ground. Pushing the feet up, drawing the knees down, lengthening your spine. It's called Happy Baby Pose. You can stretch your legs out straighter if that feels good to you. Maybe that's with hands on thighs instead of hands on feet. Again, long spine, smooth breath, either way. All right, then rebend those knees and just hugging them gently, rock it out a little bit side to side. And this time as you rock side to side, roll to one side and help yourself up to a seat. So then here, let's sit up, and if it's doable for your knees, take a block and just sit with a block between your heels, like so. Maybe it takes 2 blocks, maybe a little higher up, maybe you're using like a firm cushion for your couch or something like that if you don't have a block, something else. But sitting with some height, obviously for the knees so they feel supported, so that you can sit with a nice low back curve. If this is too much on your knees, you can just sit with legs crossed in front, or you can sit in a chair for this next one. Will be fine. Okay, so with that, sit up tall and easy. Keeping that nice long spine. The more you get your pelvis to tip forward to its neutral curve, the more the shoulders and the neck naturally release. And with that, take a breath in and lower your right ear towards your right shoulder. And we'll stretch out then this left side of the neck. And you can stay here, or to deepen the stretch gently, you can reach that left arm out Maybe finding the floor, gently pressing your fingertips down, or option to internally rotate the arm and kind of weave it behind you here, either just behind that hip, or some of you can reach it around to the other side of the hip, maybe use that other hand to gently clasp. And you can roll your chin towards the chest. You can roll a little over more towards that right shoulder and down. You can point your chin towards the floor, your nose towards the floor. You can point more up. What you don't want to do is roll behind. You don't want to go in a big circle behind you. It's not so good for the neck, but here you can just point down and circle gently upwards. Breathing in, breathing out. A couple more breaths here so you can explore where you need the stretch. Maybe breathing there a little bit more. And with the inhale, bring it back up and lower that arm by your sides. Take a breath here. And then lower to the other side, your left ear to left shoulder. And either stay there, maybe that's plenty of stretch. You can reach out through the right hand, fingertips. Maybe touching the floor if that feels good to deepen the stretch. Again, option also to internally rotate that arm and to weave it behind you either a little bit or maybe a lot. Maybe you can reach over and grab that hand with your other hand. And same thing, rolling the chin more down, pointing the nose more down. Or you can point your nose more up, your chin more up. Breathing here, breathing in, breathing out. Finding that place of stretch. Not rolling behind the shoulder, staying at that basic angle there. A couple more breaths, getting what you need. Deep breaths in and out. And then carefully release the hands if they were clasping, lift your head back up and just hands resting on your thighs for a full breath in and out here. And then take your arms out by your sides. And with a big inhale, circle out through the arms and reach overhead. And then hands touching lower with the exhale, down to heart center. We'll do that a few times with an inhale. As you breathe in and stretch overhead, think about breathing down into your low belly, down into your low ribs. With the exhale, lift up to the top of the head, even as you pull your hands down to your chest. We'll do this a couple more times. Inhale deeply, down and wide, circling overhead. Exhale, lower the hands to heart center. And again, inhale, circle out through the arms. Breathe down into the belly. And as you exhale and bring the hands to the heart, lift up through the top of the head. And then pause here. Take a few more breaths, breathing down into the low ribs. Breathing out. You can think about lifting the chest as you breathe out, lifting through the top of the head. Again, inhale down and wide into those low ribs, down into the belly. Smooth, long exhale as you lift the chest, lift to the top of the head. Let's do one more breath like that. Inhaling. Exhaling. And then one more inhale in the center. And lower your hands down, the exhale, arms by your sides. And then we'll come off the block and stretch the legs out towards straight. Come onto your back. We'll rest here. Maybe need one last little hug of knees to chest, a little rock side to side. And when you're ready, put both feet on the floor and walk your legs out long. And do reach those legs out long. Maybe I'll take a big breath up to the sides of the torso, the back of the torso, and draw your shoulder blades underneath you. Rolling the biceps, the palms more up. You might feel that lifts your chest a little bit. It does. And so then with your next exhale, keep that, but just let your rib cage release and settle and get heavy again towards the ground. You can have your arms out by your sides. It's fine also to place your hands on your abdomen if that feels more soothing, more comfortable. Resting comfortably on your back. If you need additional support for under your legs, if your low back is uncomfortable there, you can take your blanket or pillow, whatever you have, and I recommend putting it under your knees, not under your thighs, closer to your knees, as that still allows your tops of thighs to be heavy towards the ground. And just either way, settle in here, take the support that you need. And we're going to practice the gentle stretching, getting energy moving and clearing. This helps us to, through that releasing process, to just be settled, quiet, not in the sense that there's no activity. Of course, there's still the movement of the breath, the movement even of your mind, feeling of energy that circulates through your body, but settled into a place that's just reflective, receptive. Follow your exhales out. Just soften a little bit more to release a little more deeply. And so I invite you to linger here for at least a couple minutes, and maybe longer. Taking a rest that you need. So meanwhile, I will bring the video to a close. Thank you for practicing in this way.